kind of put it out there already, but I'm gonna have to tell you that I'm really feeling these greens. Yes. If you know me, then you know that I have a love-hate relationship with DIOR Backstage eye palettes, but every time they come out with a new one, we have to see what's up with it. They actually came out with two. This burgundy one right here that I like it, but no more burgundies for us. And then this one, the khaki tones, it's $49 and it's made in France, and I love greens. This is supposed to be an ultra pigmented multi-texture eyeshadow palette. I know mine looks abused. It's on my eyes, but let me show you how it looks inside. And yes, this is annoying the shit out of me. We're gonna talk about that later. But in here you're getting primer, highlighters, eyeshadows, and you can also use them as eyeliner in mattes, pearlescents, and metal finishes. And this primer right here, it is cream. I totally think that they should have like a little lid protecting it because it does get dirty. Eyeshadow goes in there and that is not a good look. It is gonna be good for a lot of skin tones, and the formulation is very creamy. After you blend it, it is undetectable. This one is pearly white. This one is a golden tan. This warm gold. Wow, that one is nice. It's like gold and green. This one is pure gold. This one is khaki. This warm brown. And this pine green. It's a lot more pigmented than what I was expecting though. I forgot to mention the different type of finish. And here you have the primer that you can barely see it because I blended out. Then this one, it's gonna be more like a highlighter cold type of shade. This one right here, it is satin. The next one, it's satin. Then you have this one that it's glittery. This one, it's metal. This one, it's satin. And then this brown right here, it is satin. And this green right here, it is glittery. I pull out the Supreme Nudes because this is my favorite palette when it comes to greens, hands down. Here you have them side by side, and I really don't see no similarities in between shades. I mean, this green right here, if anything, looks like that green right there. Let me swatch them, but okay, Dior, I am happy that so far I don't see nothing that looks the same. Not at all. And then I also pull out this little Vicia palette because I do think, not really. Let me swatch the two green shades that we have in this Vicia palette so we can see what's up. This is the two shades from the Vicia palette, and even though this green, it is very close to this one is a bit darker. I think this one, it's in between this green and this one. But they're totally different formulas though. For some reason that I really don't know why, this palette reminded me of this one from Natasha Denona, the Trio Chrome. I see nothing that looks the same, but I still want to swatch that green. No, I'm not even going to swatch that green because this green right here, it is duochrome. It's like green with like purple, so not at all. Let me bring you all up in my grill and show you really quick how I created this look. If you see a little bit of weirdness around my face right now, it is not the makeup, it's my skin. It is extremely dry because of a cream that my dermatologist sent me. I guess it gets worse before it gets better, like to the point that I'm even peeling and I have dry patches right here on my mouth. This side, it is definitely worse than this one, but we're not gonna fuck with it. We're gonna leave it just like this. And of course, we're prepping the eyelid with the Gel Cosmetic eye base. This is the best thing on earth. We're gonna start with a big fluffy brush. This one is the E29 from Rose and Ben's Beauty, and we're gonna be picking up this shade. This is gonna be the transition shade, and we're gonna be bringing it all the way up by the brow. And don't worry, because we're still going to clean the brow bone at the end. When it comes to shades that we get in this palette, we're going to avoid the blending. You're going to pick up the color and you're going to place it exactly where you want it at. And then if anything, all you have to do is a little bit of the tapping technique and you're done. This formula, it's very blendable, as you can see. I picked up a little bit more and I'm building it up because this one is very light. It's more like a highlighter shade. That's why it looks pretty if you bring it all the way by your brow bone. Now with a regular blending brush, this one is a Classic Crease from Sonia G. We're going to be picking up a little bit of this shade. I did pick up a good amount, but I like the pigmentation it got. The same way that it looks in the pan, it's looking on the eyes. And I haven't even built it up. And you see what I mean when I'm telling you that you don't even have to blend them like that? Look, it's already blended. Now I'm going to go back with my big fluffy brush, the E29 from Rose & Ben's Beauty. And I'm going to be picking up a little bit more of this shade. And I'm going to use it to blend the edges of the green that we just applied on the crease. And remember, no crazy blending. I'm just doing the little tapping technique and barely, like I'm barely touching my eye. That's it. Now with the mini booster from Sonia G, we're going to be picking up this shade right here, which is the darker shade out of the whole palette. Oh, this is deep. It's giving depth. Nice. I thought it was going to be a lot lighter than this. And now we're going to blend it in place, slow circular motions, and make sure that you keep it down here. Don't bring it up. Damn, we don't even have to build it up. That's it. This is all the pigmentation that we need. And I'm impressed because I have no fallout. Like none at all. Not even a drop of shadow. It's under my eyes. Now with the Worker Pro from Sonia G, I'm going to be picking up a good amount of this cream primer. And I'm going to be applying it right here on my lid. And I'm going to bring it halfway into my crease. I'm going to pick up a little bit more. I do have to build it up, but that's fine. We're doing like a little soft cut crease. Perfect. We're going to be using the same brush, so I'm wiping off the primer. And now we're going to go in with this shade right here. And we're going to apply right here in the inner corner of the eye. This is how it looks dry. I am going to be wetting my brush next, just to get a little bit more intense. This is a beautiful nude with a little hint of green. So pretty. Before I wet the brush with the other side, we're going to be picking up a little bit of this one. And we're going to apply it right on the center of the lid. Now I'm going to be wetting my brush, and when I tell you to wet your brush, I mean one or like two little sprays. That's it. You don't want your brush to be too wet or you're going to end up fucking your eye look. You're going to patch it up, you're going to lift up the shadow, you're going to move them, they're going to crease. So you have to make sure that your brush is damp, not wet. I always like to pat it in the back of my hand before I pick up the shadow. And then now we're going to go back with this one in the inner corner of the eye. Let's see, it's giving a lot more. Yep, I like it wet. Now we're gonna go back to this shade, and this is how it looks wet. To be honest with you, it does get a little more in your face, but it's not a big difference either. They need no help. Now I'm gonna need a little detail brush, and I'm gonna be using my Morphe M431, and we're gonna go back with this shade, and we're gonna apply right here on the tear duct. I like that. Now with the same brush, I did wet it. We're going to be picking up this sparkly shade. And we're going to apply it right on the tear duct on top of the pretty light green, just to make it pop a little more. We're also going to pop it right here on the brow bone. The only thing that I'm not liking so far is that the sparkly white shade got very dirty. Now for the lower lash, we're going to be using the flat definer from Sonia G. And we're going to start with this shade. And I'm just dragging it along my lower lash. With the same brush, we're going to be picking up this one. And it's going to go right on top. And we're going to stamp her on top of the lower lashes. And you don't understand how I'm not even dusting my brush. And I have no fallout. Now I'm going to be using this liner from Chanel. This one is the 46. It's like this green situation that goes perfectly with this eye look. And I'm applying it on the lower lash. This liner is so good. Like, it gives you the color in one swipe. Now I'm just getting ready to apply mascara. I'm curling my lashes with my Surratt curler. You can put your eyelashes if you want. You already know the drill. We have to use this lash primer from Lancome. I really recommend it, especially if you have like straight lashes. You need this. I seriously don't even have to clean my under eyes. Wow, like this eye look looks so clean. Now I'm just using the Rare Beauty mascara, which you know I love. I love the look so much. With the classic crease from Sonia G, I'm gonna be picking up a little bit of the brown, and I'm just gonna use it really quick right here to give my crease a little bit more dimension. Just like that. See? Perfection. That's exactly what I needed. See how there's no focus? I'm even applying more shadow after I apply mascara, and look at that. Like, there's no way you are going to make mistakes with the shadows. It's the greens or the formula, but there's something special about this palette. Like, I was so happy playing with it, and I'm obsessed with the eye look. I love the fact that you can see every single green and that they're all different from each other. It is rich in pigment, buildable, and extremely blendable, to the point that it almost does the job for you. And no, I'm not being extra. If you're a beginner, you are going to love this palette because there's no way to fuck it up. It's not going to get patchy. You're not going to overdo it. It blends like a dream. And I really love the formula if you have mature eyelids because it's second skin. It goes in beautifully, it blends seamlessly, and it's not going to emphasize texture at all. And believe it or not, the greens that we get in this palette, they are a little bit unique because I compare it to some of the greens that I have in my other palettes, and they're not exactly the same greens. And then this sparkly shade right here is just so cute. I really recommend it, especially if you don't have a lot of greens in your collection. Beautiful for the holidays, stunning for falls. I honestly haven't been in love with a Dior Backstage eyeshadow palette in a long time, but this one got me. Like, you don't even have to do anything. If you don't want to get all into it with your eye look, or you don't have time, with your finger or any brush, just layer all the shades one on top of another one, and I know it's gonna give you a popping ass eye look. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you like the look, if you enjoyed the video and you found it helpful, and I love you to the moon and back. Mwah! See you on the next one.